And with feeling, there was an article I read really long ago when I was raising my first son, about raising babies, and the title of the article was written by a father, said, "When cries, do what?" So with feelings, do what? With feelings, simply be present. When you're scared, be present with the fear. When you're angry, be present with the anger. Simply be present. And that's what allows our feelings to move. That's what, just giving them our attention allows them to move. Just bringing our attention and our awareness present. So that's part of exactly what we're talking about. Whether you're listening to me, whether you're listening to yourself, whether you're listening to James' wonderful music here, whatever it is that you're bringing your attention to becomes transformative. So we can choose to transform our lives. I was talking to Jim as he drove me over in the car today, talking about how we can make the unconscious conscious. And he says, I notice sometimes, you don't mind my sharing this, do you, Jim? I said, I notice that sometimes, he said, I notice that sometimes I'm talking out loud and I'll express my frustration, and it seems as though I don't want you to take it personally when I'm doing that. And I said, yes, I notice sometimes there's these little short sighs like, and I said, I notice that I have a bodily reaction when you do that. And I said, I'm aware that it was because I was emotionally the caretaker for my father when I was growing up, because if he wasn't happy, then everyone in the household was going to suffer. So my job was making sure that he was happy and okay. And I said, I noticed that I have that knee-jerk reaction of the little girl in me wanting to caretake and wanting to make sure that you're okay emotionally. And all I have to do is simply be with it and just observe it, and then it goes. You don't have to change anything. It's not about you doing something differently.
So we should never deny an emotion?
There's no should. However, denying an emotion keeps that emotion stuck. Do you want to give me an example from your life, Elinor?
Yes. A while ago, I started hating a certain person. And I wouldn't allow that because I was scared, or I'd never felt this. And then I gave myself permission to allow it. And I was overwhelmed because it's so strong.
And then what happened after you gave yourself permission?
Oh, and I was torn, you know, I mean, that's how I am, you know, I mean.
You scared yourself, right, you became judgmental.
And then the amazing thing was, it went away.
Fantastic.
It's gone. I cannot hate that person anymore.
That's such a great example. It's such a beautiful example. So hatred's not actually an emotion, but anger is. So just a little clue, and obviously what you did was perfect because it transformed. So you probably were really talking about anger. But if we tell a story, like hatred is a story, hatred is the reasons, the this or that, then we keep recycling. That's different. So if we really let ourselves be fully present with the feeling, there's no story attached. Story is of the head, the feeling is in the body. So that's the difference. So people say, well, why am I'm feeling my grief, I'm feeling my rage, I'm feeling my fear, it's not going away. And then they'll start talking to me, and this long, big story will come out. And they'll say, you know, so how many times have you told that to yourself? And I see that what's happening is that they're not being fully present.